Hey guys, it's Michael. Welcome back to Michael in the Morning. Today is Saturday, November 7th, 2020, and we have a lot of important news to cover with the second stimulus check and second stimulus package because negotiations have officially restarted between Nancy Pelosi and Mitch McConnell. So in today's video, we're going to break down exactly what they said. The two most powerful people in Congress, at least for the last 2 months, renewed their calls for the stimulus talks yesterday on Friday. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi spoke for the first time in over a week, and they both clashed Friday over the specifics of the second stimulus bill, with Mitch McConnell saying it should be narrow and Nancy Pelosi flatly rejecting that approach. Mitch McConnell dug in on Friday in his call with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, and he pointed to the new jobs report that was just released last week that showed that unemployment rate had fallen to 6.9% in October, which is down from nearly 15% in April. And he said how our economy is really moving to get back on its feet, and he thinks the positive movement in the economy should clearly affect what size stimulus package they pass, and how we don't need as large of a bill as we have previously passed. He says that unemployment rate's getting better, people are getting their jobs back, and things are getting better, so we don't need to pass a multi-trillion-dollar package. He thinks we need a highly targeted bill passed towards things that are directly related to the virus, which we all know is not going to go away until a vaccine is developed. McConnell goes on to say at a news conference in Kentucky that he does think we need another stimulus bill, but he thinks we do need something smaller rather than throwing another $3 trillion bill at the issue. Shortly after Mitch McConnell spoke, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also came out and called for Republicans to restart aid talks that fell apart before the election. Pelosi addressed reporters at the Capitol where she asked whether the notion of a smaller stimulus bill is something that she would expect. And she flat out came out and said, no, a smaller bill doesn't appeal to her at all because they still need to crush the virus, and that requires a massive bill. Pelosi goes on to say that a small bill isn't anything that they should have been looking at. It wasn't right to do before the election, she said. It's not right to do now. They need to have a much larger and more comprehensive bill in order to solve everything going on with the virus and provide money for people who can't pay their bills right now. She told reporters that the imperative to act could not be greater right now. She said the U.S. posted a record of more than 120,000 new virus infections one day alone on Thursday, and she explained how the chambers of Congress failed to find common ground on relief before the election as Senate Republicans tried to pass a small $500 billion bill multiple times, and House Democrats tried to pass a $2.2 trillion bill. She said now they need to come to an agreement because we're seeing record numbers of the virus every single day. So while both sides are starting to talk again on the second stimulus package, they still have areas of disagreement that could prevent a bill from being passed and could hold things up. The areas of disagreement right now for both parties include state and local government aid, enhanced unemployment benefits, and liability protections for small businesses. Mitch McConnell had said earlier this week that he had hoped to pass more money by the end of the year, but how results of the election will shape President Donald Trump's desire to either sign off and approve a bill or decide not to pass it, and then we'd have to wait until the new president is elected. So though there are key unresolved states right now and nothing is official with the presidential election, Democrat Joe Biden leads President Trump in key states such as Pennsylvania, Georgia, Arizona, and Nevada, according to the polls. And if he wins these states, well, then he would be elected president. And this could delay stimulus because the president needs to sign off on the stimulus bill, and Trump might not want to pass a bill if he's not going to be reelected come 2021. And finally, economists and policymakers, including Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell, have warned that the economic recovery could lose steam if more stimulus isn't passed soon. In a 2-day meeting with Congress, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, he came out and said that policies helping those who are unemployed, including supplemental jobless benefits and a federal moratorium on evictions, expired earlier this year, and they already expired. In addition to these programs, he also said that the suspension of federal student loan interest will expire at the end of the year as well. So because of this, he said ultimately Mitch McConnell, Jerome Powell, Nancy Pelosi, all of them need to come to an agreement and pass a bill as soon as possible, and it will ultimately just depend on how fast Democrats and Republicans can agree, and if President Trump will want to sign off on the bill. If he doesn't, well, then we'll have to wait until 2021 when the new president is elected. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,600 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.